jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
So what's up, my people? Once again, you tune in to World Combat Sports. Salute to everyone that's in the building, man. Hit the like button if you so desire. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be back. Hey, listen, when I go out on a deployment, right? It takes me a little bit of time to get back into the saddle because I have to get people their product for which they paid for. And that is essentially the priority. That means since, I do videography and photography, most of the time people want me to provide fighters with the photos I take, the money shot. Because believe it or not, people can look at a video and they can try to, still screen it, screenshot it as the video. It's just not going to be the same effect as my pictures. And, on the regional level, around here, is nobody do it like I do. They might sit up here and think this, that, and the other. Man, I got enough pictures out here to make a stairwell to heaven. And people are starting to recognize that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was late, because I had, some people talking to me about shooting a fight. And I was trying to explain to them exactly what I need in order for the pics to come out. How they're gonna set up and everything like that. The light up over the ring, because that's everything to get a picture. The panoptic lighting that's over the ring is very, very important, man, because not every regional card has the money to put into a rig, a box, as they call it, a box that's over the ring, 4 corner of lights and you have to have someone that knows what they're doing. I went to one card, and the guy was changing colors. Oh, changing colors every time doing, in between rounds. And then what that does is that takes away the current ISO settings that I have. And you got to jump through hoops. You try to put it on automatic, but yet the lights keep changing. And then you have the light on one fight and then it's dark. It just messes up everything. It's no matter if you're shooting in raw or not. This I know. I learned how to shoot on manual all off the strength of OJT, on the job training. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Good times, good times, good times. Real talk. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Yeah, we're gonna touch on some good topics tonight. As you look at it, World Combat Sports, Boxing MMA, episode 58. And you see down at the bottom at Wartime Truth. And you probably saying to yourself, why are you talking about this? Let me see who in the track. DBMH in the building. What's good? Silent King on deck. Salute WCS. Free Hoover at WCS. Salute, bro. Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate you pulling up. I don't know if you got the notifications or not, but it's all good. And once again, y'all make sure y'all follow me on IG. I put a lot of my content when I go out here on deployment. These boxers and everything. I put most of their pics out on IG. Just so y'all have an understanding that I do more than just, talk behind the mic, because this is not what I was doing originally. I was out on deployments shooting fighters. Like I said, hands down, it's nobody on YouTube that have more boxing criteria in their possession than I do. This is my criteria. This is my content that I've taken from the regional levels all the way up to Showtime and Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? Not to brag anything, but that's the truth. I'm not in competition with nobody and nothing like that. I'm just telling you, fuck the views. I got a goddamn, I can't even say a truckload. You know what I'm saying? I got so much dang hard drive content of pictures I've taken, and I've only gotten better and better as it goes along. So appreciate the ones who, drop me, the inbox. I see you out there looking. I appreciate you for your support. King Mitch on deck, man. I see you. What's good? He said, come back. What up? That guy Eclipse 330. What's good with your OG? How you feeling, Square? What's good? So I wanted to kind of give an idea, and yeah. I'm talking, with some type of feeling into this situation, right? Because people are gonna try to insinuate that I'm making it about me. No, not at all. I'm just, I'm media whenever I chose to do so on behind this mic, and I hear a lot of channels on YouTube that's pretty much praising and giving plaudits and adulations, you know what I'm saying, to all these boxers such as, Lomachenko, Usyk, Klitschko brothers, all for, going into the war, so to speak. So I'm not mad at them going and fighting for their country. They have every right to do so. I'm just looking at it like I haven't heard anyone on a regularity like I'm hearing now call me a hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, check this out though. Check this out. I just want to identify some things. All right. And if this agitates you a little bit, okay, you have two index fingers. All you have to do is stick both of them in your mouth and then stick them in your ear and push. So, is these pictures circulating around of these guys taking pictures? They're supposed to be in a conflict. Ukraine, Kyiv versus Russia. Right? So, let me show you something right quick. Ukraine, Russia invaded and everything. I want to show you this. This is very important to note. Okay? Shout out to Lomachenko. I have nothing against him. Good dude. Let me tell you something for somebody who's been in combat. Lomachenko's uniform is as clean as it can get. That uniform looked like something we'll wear every day in garrison. And then we on the operation, we might throw on a cover like he has, okay? They're in combat, and he has an individual that's not even dressed in fatigues. He's dressed in civilian attire. Red flag. Because if you in real wartime, he might have been in the rear. I can say he's about to deploy or whatever. I can give Lomachenko every excuse I want to give him right now to satisfy and appease those who's calling him a hero. Now, I want you to pump the brakes a little bit about this hero shit, because we got a lot of cats on here on YouTube that's been in combat, and they don't never get considered to be a hero. You got dudes who went over there 3 and 4 times. They ain't never being called a hero, because we here talking to you. And you say, okay, no, what the hell we doing? Lomachenko's uniform is clean as I don't know what. Let me ask you a big question. Let me ask you a big time question. When you go to combat and you think these guys are on the front line, I heard cats up here talking about they're on the front line. Show me a picture. Show me a picture. Where's Lomachenko cartridge belt? Where's his ammunition? He just has a weapon strung around his shoulder or over under. You know what I'm saying? He just has a weapon over his shoulder taking a picture. Show me after 2 weeks of him being on the front lines how his face is going to look. He won't be clean shaven. His uniform will be dirty, filthy. I just want to know. He has on black boots that look like they're pretty damn clean, y'all. I'm just throwing the obvious out there. Don't come to me about no hero shit, and you ain't calling your own people heroes. We have Americans that went over there and was blown up, lost limbs, everything, shot, fucked up to this day. Some never came home on their own recognition. They came home in a box. And we up here getting people celebrating and telling me, oh man, them dudes heroes. What the fuck am I in? Let me show you how I look in combat. Let me show you how I look in garrison. Let me show you how I look in garrison. That's a garrison up, ring style. Do you see those rounds over my shoulder? Do you see the tactical vehicle I'm next to? That's garrison tactical operations right there in preparation of. Do you see how that looks? Do you see the foliage, the environment that I'm in? I'm not next to no fucking building. I'm in the field. Do you see what's around my waist? You train like you play. That is cartridge belts with magazines in them. That's cartridge belt, right? So check this out. This right here, training op. We're actually in the foliage. This is a training op. Camo. We play like we're gonna go in there and fight. You even see the pen up there. Why? Because we have to do land navigation. This is garrison training, people. This is garrison training. Look, I even had a watch on. In combat, you don't have no reflective watch on like that. I'm breaking this shit down for you so you can know how it is in combat. Check this out. When I'm actually over in combat zone, this is how it looks, people. What you don't see is my drop holster, where I have my pistol. And what I don't have on me is my rifle and my belt, because I'm in charge of troops. So we're waiting to board that bird so we can fly out over to Iraq. That's what we want to do. Now, whether that upsets you or not, but I want you to look at the size of the rucksack that's on my back. I want you to look at the color uniform we have on. You know what I'm saying? I want you to take a look at that jacket, because not only do I have flackies in there, that's a flak jacket, I have the sappy plates in too. I have the sappy plates in too. Do you see the goggles on my head? Do you see the helmet on my head? Do it look like that shit is clean? No, we've been sweating our ass off. Do you see what's written on my hand? Accountability. I got people up here saying hero this, hero that. Why you don't call these other damn people This on this YouTube community that's serving been the combat heroes. You know what I'm saying? We went over to combat. I lost a lot of my friends over there. But we just up here celebrating Usyk and Lomachenko and the Klitschko brothers because they going over there. Man, we have U.S. citizens over here that join the military all the time and go to combat. And you have people, hey, we're going to draw the line here. We're going to draw the line. You don't take that for granted, man. Them guys go and leaving their family. What you think? What the fuck do you think I did when I went over there? What do you think my family was? My family was back in the rear. What do you think my family was? Seriously, what do you think my family was when I was over there? You have people that go over there for a whole freaking year. Where do you think our family was when we was in country? Man, that shit's crazy. They're up here trying to mediate people who's saying that they're not on the front lines. They're not on the front lines. What are y'all talking about? Why would you think these guys are on the front line? Show me a picture. Because when we on the front lines, when we out there outside the wire, ain't nobody taking no motherfucking picture. Unless you're a combat photographer. And usually combat photographers are out there with the infantry units. Every unit don't have a combat photographer. But combat photographers are supposed to roam as they see fit. Their life is in danger just like ours. That's just fact. Jay Ocho on deck. What's good with you? C Hoover on deck. I mean, C Wood. I said C Hoover. I was looking at Hoover and C at the same time. Old age. C Wood on deck, man. He said, I'm proud of Ukrainian patriots defending their land, but I agree some celebrities are playing Captain Ukraine out here. I get it, but let's glorify the real ones on the front. Dude, I am no way devaluing or diluting what they're doing for their country. But you have U.S. citizens that sign up for the military and do it for their country and have lost their lives, and they go unnamed. You know what I'm saying? When I say unnamed, people don't speak of them in the same manner because they look at these guys as performing in a sport, and they have some type of remote connection to them. When I say remote connection, you never broke bread, you never met their family, any of that. So all that is remotely attached. So you're saying, hey, man, don't talk about them. They doing something, upstanding, honorable. What the fuck you think I did? I had to go set up communication in enemy territory. Set up communication. I had to be in charge of troops and communication. Look, I'll even go out on them to say when we was going outside the wire, it's some females lieutenant that didn't even want to go on the convoy because it was leaving the wire, that they was going to be in danger. They didn't even want to go out the wire. That's fact. That's truth. This major tried to go up here and me and him had a one-on-one in front of everybody because in a meeting I said, your lieutenants are not fit for combat. Both of them think they still back on the block in college and they're waiting to go to a club, you know what I'm saying, or go shopping at the local mall. He said, you out of line, officer. I said, listen, check this out, though. I may be out of line, but if they go outside their wire and they unsure about the troops that's in their command, they're going to get somebody killed. And then what's going to happen? Somebody going to fabricate a lie and say, oh, we took on enemy fire. We took on incoming. So that's how we lost them. No, they should never be in charge of any troop because they're not ready to be out here. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't get it twisted that listen to mortar rounds every freaking day. Every day for a year. Every freaking day. Rockets coming inbound, going outside the wire. That's enemy territory. Hearing incoming, coming in on you and exploding. You don't know where it's at. You know, all you hear is the horns, danger close. You don't know where the shit is coming from. But listen, bro, don't feel some type of way about me because I'm one of those, American vets who's saying you got plenty of heroes that's in life in general over here in the U.S. footprint. We don't hear people defending us like that, especially on YouTube. How you gonna tell people, man, you know, don't man, stop that. You're defending someone that you don't even know. Just from boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's not even from the US. But yet, the ones that sit up here and defended their country, sacrifice, lost family. You know, some families didn't even see their husband or wife. I mean, husband or wife return, their mother and father rather, return because they're dead. What are they considered? They consider heroes for going over their period. You know what I'm saying? I mean, stop with this front line shit. Lomachenko's uniform is just like he stepped out to take a picture. Show me a picture when he on the front line in the mud, the grit. Show me with a pack on his back, because you can't go out to the front line without a pack, homie. You need something to eat. You ain't carrying that shit in your cargo pocket. You ain't carrying it. Hey, I'm just going to step out here about 50 feet, okay? You know, waddle around in the dirt and come back. No. You need a rucksack on. Inside that rucksack, you have an extra pair of boots, uniform, your food items. Until you get settled in, once you get to the combat zone, this is in country. Look at it. Just look around you. We on the airstrip about to go. You see that tail open? That's where we're gonna be at. We're about to fly over enemy territory to the base. Jade's Ukrainian troops get neo-Nazi leading them. I see you in that picture, always faithful. So for sure that 330, you know what it is, Mike? Definition of the real versus the fake. What's up, J Ocho? Andrew Charles on deck, man. What's good with you, brother? People choosing sides in the war based on recognition of a boxer. It's been a very successful propaganda campaign. Man, talk your shit, bro. You know, how am I supposed to let this go by? Like, people sit up here and just because you don't support they favorite fighter, or you support your favorite fighter, they get all mad. They don't care. You know, they say, why you being disrespectful, this, that, and the other. They don't care. And you mention, oh, so-and-so was in the military. I don't give a fuck. That's the first thing. I don't give a fuck about that. But yeah, you up here celebrating, providing a chevaux to these guys, and you haven't even seen them in combat yet. You haven't seen them on the front lines. Take a combat photographer with them and let's see them let off some rounds on somebody. Let's see them try to go over there and take a life. Let's see them in the trenches, the ruts. Let's see them try to save one of their countrymen. Man, come on, don't play war with me now. Don't do that. Don't sit up here and sit up here and say, oh, they heroes. They put just because they put their family somewhere. What the hell you think our family was? Our family was back in the rear too. We was missing our kids. We was missing our wives. You know what I'm saying? We want to, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was in combat, everything that I had to take care of was already taken care of, whether I made it back or not. If I didn't make it back, everything was taken care of. That's what it was. When I went out on convoy outside that wire, that shit was an empty fucking feeling. You start thinking back to where you came from. You start thinking of, damn, I was in high school. Oh, shit. But I'm going to tell you, the only thing I fucking heard on convoys was me thinking. I didn't hear the engine. I didn't hear shit because you busy looking around. You know what I'm saying? You fully loaded. And you got to pay attention. You don't hear the engine of the vehicle. You don't hear shit. At least I didn't. Well, I'm just saying we should just be up here celebrating our, all these service members that we become so desensitized to and we see all the time. And on Veterans Day, you get a thank you for your service, which is, all well and great. But, I had plenty of comrades, like so many of my comrades have friends that pass away that they serve with. You know what I'm saying? People take it for granted. For real, people take it for granted to give us the check mark that we too, not everybody, but we too went into combat. We served our country. You know what I'm saying? We served our country. But I have to see Lomachenko. I have to see Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I seen a couple of protests, videos with the Klitschko brothers. I truly believe that them guys, one being a mayor, you know what I'm saying? He's about that smoke. I've seen them in protests. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them. But I've seen Usyk and Lomachenko just taking pictures in uniform. Do you see what my picture look like and see what they picture look like? If Lomachenko is somewhere in wartime, where's his pack? Who gives a fuck about a weapon if you don't have ammo? Where's your ammo at? Where's your rucksack? Where's your payload? Like, where's all the gear? Where's your helmet, goddammit? Let's not play war. Let's not do the propaganda campaign. Let's not play war now. Let's not sit up here and say, oh, let me make it seem like I'm in country. Where's your helmet? To deflect that bullet if it just a little bit, so it won't goddamn take your life so easily. If you're in a war zone and it's hot, why you got a soft cover on? Why are you standing next to a civilian? Man, stop it, bro. Now Lomachenko going to use angles to dodge the bullets, getting in closer, hit with a weapon too. And Jay Ocho came over here with jokes, man. But they're gonna be all on you, Jay Ocho, for real. They gonna say, oh God, Jay Ocho, you're taking it as a joke. No, don't come over here with all that mean shit. Man, please. You ain't never got down served and you up here saying, no, man, don't be doing that, man. Show some respect. Yeah, show some respect to your own people who served. Show some respect to us. That's all I'm saying. Show some respect, bro. Call me a hero. No, because y'all don't respect your own. Call me a freaking hero. Loma rocking bathing ape camo fatigue stock. Damn, y'all brothers going in hard. The guy Eclipse salute. I mean, usually that'd be what Eclipse is doing. Roasting motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? He on the bench, IG. Loma got the freshly polished boots on. Man, come on, that shit fresh, man. I can wear those boots to the club. You know what I'm saying? I can wear them to the club with some nice dang camo slacks on or whatever. This is according to what type of night it is. Man, them things are ready to go to church. They were so clean. I didn't even pull out my other combat photos. You know what I'm saying? That I'm actually standing next to a general of the Iraqi army. Come on, man. You playing this goddamn war shit on. I mean, look, it's no knock on Lomachenko and Usyk, boy. But I'm telling you, somebody who's been over there, you looking at the difference in uniforms when you in country. You're looking at a helmet in case you get incoming. And that's not necessarily saying that shit gonna save you, but at least you have protection. Flat jackets with sappy plates, front and back, sappy plates. Heavy. Rucksack. Weighing damn near 100 pounds easy. Have all your shit on the E-tool, all your damn gear, food, all that shit. That's desert camo. I just didn't put my weapons and shit in the picture because we was getting ready to board and we was taking accountability. We got to have accountability for head count, weapons count, everything. The Sean Thompson on that. What's good with it? Sean saying, what's up, WCS? Miss you, bro. Miss seeing you over here too, man. I don't know where you been at, bro. But, the only time I take a little hiatus is when I have pictures to edit. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a boxing card. They done start kicking up. So, be at a boxing card. But appreciate you pulling up, bro. Usyk latest frontline selfie. He got the designer combat gear on. Somebody needs to teach him trigger safety, too, before he shoots himself in the foot. Man, come on now. Man, y'all some smart individuals, bro. Y'all smart. Y'all know damn well that their uniforms is extra clean. You know damn well if they have a photographer there to show that they're in uniform, why don't you show the photographer with them on the front line, aimed in and shooting and firing off, squeezing the trigger, reloading? Why? Why are we not gonna see that? Because it's money between them. All they're doing is agitprop. This is the campaign to make them look good and say they over there with their country, to build their Wall Street in boxing. It happens all the time. That's all it is. Now, my question is, how long are they planning on staying over there? It's 2022. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be March tomorrow. So if Usyk them comes back around November, I would say, okay, within that time frame from now to November, we should see more photos of them actually carrying on. Engagement. That's all. I'm not just speaking of a regular troop. I'm speaking of somebody who was in charge of troops and come back. I was in charge of troops. When we had to go over there to the British Hotel and set up comm, we went in there to a raw hotel that had been freaking taken over on the pushover. You can see all the bullet fragments, all that shit where they fragged the damn elevators. Man, you can see motherfuckers leaving a sign over there. We took over. Man, it was a horror show, man. Like, it painted a picture, a real picture, no shit. Like, you see where they was pushing over and the gunfire that took place. My job was to go over there and take my people and set up comm over there. We was literally enemy territory. We was not on base at that time. We had to go set up comm, and they was in the process of establishing perimeters. And we had even Iraqi troops in an area where they supposed to be friendlies, right? And when you go to a country, you have the allies that have a certain amount of troops that can help you out, supposedly. But every time you woke up or returned, some of those troops had retreated because they were just getting intel and they was leaving in the dark. It was difficult. It was dangerous. And you even had sometimes where troops even attack U.S. service members. That's a lot of people died over there from individuals that was on base because they collected data and they plotted out and attacked. But when you got people that don't want to go out on a convoy, that tells you something. Loma's shooting like Omar Epps into deep. Man, hey man, Bruce goes boxing, jazz, and more on deck. What's good with it, Bruce? Salute to you. Say salute, my brother Scotty. Salute to you, man. Respect WCS. Salute, OG. Appreciate you, J Ocho, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling some type of way about that. We can talk boxing all day long, but don't go up here in front like you're going to sit up here and mediate people to be nice and considerate because they saying Lomachenko and Usyk is not on the front lines. They're telling the truth. They're not on the front lines, bro. If you want me to explain it to you, I can, because you can't sit up here like they always want to do and say, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a bud, this, putting it in the boxing sense. No, this is real life shit. This is shit I'll have to go through every day. This is shit where I seen my comrades pass away. I gave a lot of blood over there. You want to know what my blood type is? O negative. I gave a lot of blood over there. I looked at those young Marines coming there. You know what I'm saying? We hear explosions. We look around like, where did that come from? You never know where it's coming from. It's not like you can see this shit. If you think rockets and mortar rounds didn't breach the perimeter of the base, you sad and mistaken. You hear that loud, that explosion, you got to get up on the table if you're in the chow hall. Then you come outside, you see how close the shit hit. No cap. I was working one time, and all we heard is incoming. You hear, wow. I mean, so much dust and everything. Man, we was goddamn. I was shook. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, God damn. I was shook up for a minute because I ain't know what the damn. How close was it? Man, we didn't have on no motherfucking nice color. That's man, you was dusty every day you was in country. You was fucking dusty. Where you slept at was dusty. You know what I'm saying? Where you slept at was dusty. Everything was dusty. You had to walk in the sand every day in the dirt. You had to go to your workplace being vigilant. You come back to the rear, people say, "Oh, you made it back from deployment. Cool, cool." But you come back to your relatives back here, they want to act like, "Oh, I heard this, I heard that. I heard you crazy. I heard this, that, and the other." Yeah, that's how relatives treat you. Not all of them, but that's how relatives do you. I would never think relatives of mine would feel some type of way about me going in the military. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm thinking I'm doing a good thing. Even though my parents didn't know I was going, I got the fuck up out of the A because that's what I wanted to do. 17 years old, just graduated. It was time for me to go because I wasn't getting along with my parents, and it was time for me to bounce, do grown man shit. Like I said before, it was a lonely trip to PI. Once I got to PI and they came up there, they said, "Damn, he ain't the same person no more." Everybody wanted to hear the story. What happened there? What happened there? I'm like, we went to training. It was rough. Being called nigga, goddamn being punched. They abused back then. You know what I'm saying? They still was hitting outside. All right, cool. I got in trouble for challenging, reacting to a drill instructor, threatening freaking, repercussions. Asking the senior drill instructor, can we go in, can me and this drill instructor go in the gear locker? Because he keep putting his hands on me when you ain't around. You know what I'm saying? It was still like that back then. Being dug in the sand and shit on a hot fucking day. Going through the military, doing all that rigorous training over and over again, deployment after deployment after deployment, broken homes, you know what I'm saying? Sacrifice. And they tell you the one signed up to it. That's what your family tell you. You know what I'm saying? Your relatives tell you when you get back. Oh, that's what you signed up for. Don't come back complaining now. You come back missing an arm or leg. They say, well, that's what you signed up for. Don't come crying now. I told you not to go work for the white man. But anyway, I'm not going to take too much time on, Lomachenko and them because, people going to sit up there and try to make a video and act like I'm hating. And I'll laugh at it because I'm retired. You know what I'm saying? I have every right, if anybody, just like many on here that has served. They have the right to speak on it, but to correct Americans that's basically speaking about they're not on the front lines. Why would you correct them? Why would you correct them? They're absolutely correct. These guys are not on the front line. There's money behind these guys. It's millions of dollars behind these guys. Show me a picture of them on the front line. Show them in the gear that I got on. Show them where's their tactical gear. That's not their tactical gear. You're not going out to the field with just a rifle. You don't have no water to drink. You don't have no damn MREs, meal ready to eat. You rip that package open. You ain't heating up shit. You just ripping the main course meal. Boom. You eating that shit, sucking it down. You got this. You got the chocolate in there that's worth 5,000 calories and shit just to keep you awake and keep you constipated. You got peanut butter in there that if you got them took it back here, you can probably use it to plug up holes and shit. That shit was thick. Look, that's the type of food they give you in combat to get you constipated so you won't have to goddamn use piss and take a shit. Cause guess what? People don't even fathom like the payload that they supposed to have. They just looking at pictures and you don't see them with anything. Where's your cartridge belts with your magazines in it for whatever weapon that you're carrying? Where is your ammo? You're not just taking a 30 clip to the front line and you good. What you gonna goddamn drink Motherfucking, you gonna go dig a hole in the ground and find some water? Where's your ammo belt? Where's your cartridge belt with your water? Where is it? If you're on the front line throwing down, where is it? Where's your dang helmet? Your protective gear? Your personal protective gear. We call it PPE. Keanu Loma Reeves, he's the one, the Matrix. He stopped bullets with his hand. He saved Trinity. Dog, man, come on. They just passing out AKs. They defending against evil peace. I look, they may be defending against something, Bruce, but at the end of the day, I look at it like this through my eyes. You're not dressed in a tactical uniform. Seriously, that's not tactical, bro. That's not tactical. Real talk. That's not tactical shit. That is nice, freshly clean, brand spanking new uniform. The boots are very, very well maintained. Look like they brand new out the box. He has a weapon over his right shoulder. All right. Which I pay attention to this shit because a lot of shooters are right-handed. Right? Check this out now. A lot of shooters are right-handed. They are. And some are left-handed. Usually you have the weapon strapped around whatever hand that you're going to squeeze the trigger with so you can be on the ready. Did you see how Lomachenko's weapon was facing? Did you see it? Lomachenko's weapon was facing to the rear. Like his weapon for the ready, you're supposed to see the front sight post, the top side of the weapon, and he's supposed to just slide his finger down there, grab a hold of that pistol grip, and be able to damn hoist that weapon up. And on any, that's even when you're around, you're in wartime. No, he had his weapon strung just like he's there to take a picture out of sight. They didn't want the weapon to be in the picture. I'll show you. You think I'm bullshitting? Look at it. Where's the pistol grip? Where's the butt stock? The weapon is behind him. The weapon's supposed to be facing the front so you can just grab it and fire. But hey, bro, you talking to somebody? Oh, man. In all seriousness, shouts to the Ukraine, though. Vladimir Putin on some shit over there. Shout out to the Ukrainians for standing up for themselves, even though, I mean, they're just, it's no Geneva Protocol when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? They're not a part of NATO. So it's some very slimy shit that's going on there with, you know, how they handling, you know, the procedures for engagement. It's nothing. It's just all for one for all. Civilians being shot up, innocent civilians. They up there blowing up houses and shit. All that. Over here in the US, we have what is called Geneva Protocol. Many people know it as Geneva Convention, but it's Geneva Protocol. Now, have we went into war and utilized Geneva Protocol? Yes, we have. Has there been times that you have some type of service member that overreacted when they seen an Iraqi walking up with an AK in their hand? Because the Iraqi men of the household was able to be in possession of an AK-47. So you see them walking around the street all the time with AKs. So just because you see that doesn't mean you just fire on them. That's a dangerous situation, right? You got to make a decision. Off of that though, y'all got the point. That's all I wanted to do is get the point across as to how I felt about it. And you individuals, you're grown. I'm not sitting up here telling you what you can and cannot say. All I'm saying is, why are you correcting people as if you know? Y'all ain't over there. You don't know. I mean, come on, let me see your DD-214. What does it say? Have you been over the combat? If you did go into combat, you wouldn't be correcting Americans that was sitting over here just saying, hey, well, they're not on the front line. You say, hey, Man, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna make fun of them. We're not gonna do that, man. Show respect to them. For real? No one's disrespecting them. We just saying they're not on the front line. I'm saying it. Show me their tactical gear. Show me somebody who knows what a payload is and had to go through accountability checks all the time when I was over there and everything else that's procedurally correct. Tell me I can't talk about it. Because he looked clean to me, him and Usyk. Now, if they come back in November, near the end of the year, let's see how long they stay over there. Let's see how long they stay over. Let's see how long it take for the promotion company to announce a fight. I want to see. Real talk. On the Chris Colbert, right? So pretty much you already have heard, because y'all follow the sport very, very well. And you're astute to what's going on with the results. Because why? We have a platform, plenty of platforms to speak on it. But as you all know, Chris Colbert, the mouth of Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? He attempted to elevate himself during the press conference when Brian Custer was trying to do his job. Chris Colbert was up there pretty much telling this guy, his opponent, Hector Garcia, had 10 more knockouts than him. He was pretty much telling him, like, you ain't knocked out nobody. You ain't fought nobody my caliber. Have you fought somebody my caliber to say you knocked out somebody? Like, have you fought somebody like me? I'm Chris Colbert, multicolor, Mr. Skittles. So when he was up there talking his shit, Garcia was like saying what he was saying. We're going to see. You got to be very attentive to these calm killers. The quiet ones are the one you should be worried about. Garcia was the quiet one, bro. He pretty much put it out there like, we'll see. You talk all the shit you want, we'll see. That's, we're going to see. No doubt about it. We're going to see. And Colbert looked bad from the opening. Garcia 15-0, 10 knockouts. Colbert 16 and 0 at the time, 6 knockouts. And Garcia was 14-0, 9 knockouts. But after that, 15-0, 10 knockouts, 16-1, 6 knockouts. The scores read 118, 109 on 2 judges' scorecards, and 119, 108. Yeah, you heard that right. You heard it correctly. And what does that tell you? That Chris Colbert was outperformed majority of the fight. He was outperformed. He looked bad in that fight. For a guy who talks so much, man, like I've seen him in action, bro. I've seen him down here in Atlanta just be a total ass, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's running around here like he was totally sober acting this way. That's why I kind of, determined that Chris Colbert, he just has one of these impulsive type, personalities, man, that he'll get on your nerve. And it start playing out in the media. The shit he said about Deontay, of course. The shit he said about Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring. The man was very outspoken. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and say he don't, he shouldn't be out here being outspoken. I'm not gonna say that because it's boxing. I always advocate for being outspoken. The sport needs it. But this dude was outspoken and went in there and got his ass tore up. Like, Garcia made that look like easy work. They made that shit look like easy work. He's catching the backlash on here like he should. No doubt about it. He's catching it like he should. There's a lot of people that were shocked. He wasn't even world champion yet. That was just a title eliminator for the winner to face Roger Gutierrez. That wasn't even a freaking title shot for him, man. Like the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Hector Garcia dominated this multicolor goddamn puzzle piece out of Brooklyn, Chris Colbert. He dominated him. This dude came in here with blue hair, and I have to give respect. He did represent Pat Day on there and a lot of other people, you know. But the uniform is one of the most ugliest uniforms I ever seen in my boxing visuals. The gloves was super duper. I mean, I didn't know if I was looking at Mario Brothers, the black one. I didn't fucking know what the fuck I was looking at. An old Pac-Man, motherfucking one of the arcade, characters escape and become human. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. Was it something in the Matrix that's able they was able to goddamn allow it to become real? What was I looking at? Who approved those gloves, bro? What gloves are those? What gloves are those? Those special made gloves. Who did the gloves, man? Who authorized him for those gloves like that? Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen gloves look like that. I've never seen modified and custom gloves. Have y'all? Have y'all ever seen the modified gloves that Chris Colbert had? Y'all want to know what I'm talking about? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you right quick. I just want to get y'all input. Have you seen any type of gloves modified to this extreme to match their trunks and uniform ever in your boxing tenure as you've been covering the sport? Have you ever seen that? Seriously, have you ever seen gloves to match the outfit like that? How is that? What brand glove? Who authorized him? Like what brand glove was he using where they allowed him to mask it with multicolor puzzle pieces? I want to get educated. Please, somebody allow me that info, please, if you know. Do y'all know? Garcia had that Eastside Cruz attitude. Yeah, man, he was gonna prove a point. Look how he look how he look in the picture, man. He looks like the stronger fighter, dog. He looked like the more domineering fighter, and he showed it. He showed it. He was in there to prove a point. Of course, he felt like he was disrespected, but that comes with the grind and the machismo of boxing. Your opponent's gonna talk shit. Garcia had a deep amateur background, I learned. Garcia wasn't no joke, man. Like, I do not know what people, and especially Chris Colbert, was taking this guy for a joke. I'm not gonna lie. I was rocking with Colbert. I was gonna overlook all the shit talking. They went in there and won the fight. I wasn't, bro. I wasn't rocking with Colbert. I just wasn't rocking with him. He's just not a fighter that I thought, first of all, that had the goods. I just didn't believe Colbert had the goods, man. I believe he was hoping to elevate himself to that status, but I've never seen it in his performance. Real talk. I just didn't see it, bro. And then when he started, talking the shit about Shakur, I was saying Shakur will fuck Colbert up. Shakur would have made him look crazy, but he just couldn't get to the belt. If he would have at least got to the belt, then he could have talked this shit and represented Brooklyn and be like, yeah, I said I was going to get the belt. I got the belt. Now what's up? I don't care who I fight. You know what I'm saying? It can be Shakur. It can be Valdez. It don't matter. He could have talked this shit. But he went out like a sucker. Has anybody seen a fighter customize their equipment like Chris Colbert was able to do? Like, what brand of gloves was that Teach on deck. What's good? Bueno. Buenas noches, amigo. Who allowed this shit? That's all. Who authorized these gloves, Andrew? That's all I'm saying. Who authorized the customization of these gloves, man? That's all I want to know. But anyway, Chris Colbert lost seriously. He took his first loss of 16 fights. And Hector Garcia is ready and willing to face Roger Gutierrez. He wants that work. He wants that. He wants that work, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Garcia for getting it done. Real talk. If Colbert would have won, I would have been like, Colbert got it done, man. Now he's gonna get his title shot that he's been waiting on. Even though I don't like the guy, I wasn't pulling for him to lose either. I wasn't pulling for him, as a fighter, period. I was just gonna see it play out. I didn't really know Hector Garcia like that. I'm not gonna just jump on, over to Hector Garcia's side and say, I hope Garcia knock him the fuck out. I didn't say that. I'm saying, I mean, Colbert got what was coming to him. Karma was a bitch, man, for real. When he dropped him in the 7th round, jeez. What was your defense at, big dog? The brothers don't supposed to be getting hit. Oh, he wears Everlast. Those are Everlast gloves, man. Those are Everlast gloves he has on. So Everlast authorized. They authorized him to modify his gloves. Wow. Everlast is sold out. And then he has OnlyFans on his trunks. He's really trying to vie for a second career. Chris Colbert, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see the fight that was playing out because I was at a fight card. But appreciate guys like Deion Washington looking out, always dropping info. And then, who else was it that told me? Somebody else was telling me, man, Chris Colbert was getting his ass kicked right now. So when I got back to the hotel, that's when I, start paying attention to a little bit. And I was like, damn, he's getting washed basically. But you look on, let me show you this. Because I want the audience to understand this is everything that you don't want to be in boxing if you haven't made it. Like it's understandable that you can put on a facade and you can give people a show. If you're going to make it, it's good to have confidence. But for Chris Colbert, check this out though. Look at this. Chris Colbert has OnlyFans on the front of his freaking trunks. OnlyFans. So that might basically provide us with the answer, an assuming answer, as to what his second career going to be if he doesn't make it in boxing. He might, at the moment, he might have his OnlyFans up. Boxing ain't going to do shit about that. It's been people do some crazier shit, but, to a sport that's not regulated, they're not going to get mad because he has an OnlyFans. But he has OnlyFans on the front of his trunks, bro. Oh, damn. That's boxing going wrong right there, for real. It reminded me of a quote from Deion Sanders regarding Cam Newton's post-game attire. He said, you got to win if you're going to dress like that. Hey, Deion should know, right? Because anybody who's going to come play football with a Jerry curl, you got to win if you're going to have that type of hairdo, right? Prime Time came in all the fresh gear. He was wearing the curl when he had hair. He was a bad mofo, period. Dion was that guy, man. One of the all-time greats. Deion Sanders, man. One of the all-time greats. Teach say this guy said he doesn't want to see a boxing gym after he retires. He hates training and all that other stuff. He doesn't respect boxing. Well, that I've heard Chris Colbert say a lot of things. He might be right. Inside in his heart of hearts, man, deep down in the pit of it all, he may not want to go in there and train. And he may not have trained his hardest for Hector Garcia. And that's why Hector showed up. Because he may have thought that just his ability that he has at the time would be enough to get him past Garcia. He thought he was going to go in there and outbox him until he starts feeling that 10 knockout power. You know what I'm saying? He starts feeling that knockout power. He said, damn, this guy got some sting to it. All right. No telling what's going on in Colbert's head. I know when he was down here in the A, man, he was just everywhere. He was just all amped up. Man, everybody knew when he was around, like, damn, that dude was just, he was just, I mean, it wasn't no, he was amped up for no reason, like just to let people know he was in the room. And when he was up there in the corner of the reality star, he was cornering her, the sister. Man, he was just going crazy. The girl never boxed before in her life. This was celebrity boxing. He was treating it as if it was a boxer already with freaking 8 years experience and had 150 amateur fights. He was like demanding that she do this, and this. And I'm like, the girl have no idea what you're talking about in the moment. She's getting punched in the head. I mean, these girls used to fighting on TV and shit, but this is with boxing gloves. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up there and pull hair. You can't sit up there and do some dirty shit. You had to box. So what you just said there, Teach, may be an underlining reason as to why Colbert looked terrible. He looked terrible, man. Chris Colbert performance. It wasn't even A, B, C, or D. This was an N performance. Non-satisfactory, people. This was an N. When I was coming up, you got an N. If you was truly fucking up. Non-satisfactory, man. An N was the worst thing. Ask how many people my age that was down here in the South, what happened when they got an N on their report card. Ask what happened. Back then, the houses were so small that when you got a whooping, your neighbors can hear you getting a whooping because you had to roll out windows. They wasn't soundproof like the ones today when you're all nice and cozy and you're on social media and you're doing lives and people really can't hear you. No. Back then, you had to roll out windows and shit. When that report card date came, I said, what's all this? What's this, and this? Oh, you taking the school for a joke, huh? Get in that room. And sometimes we ran outside. We say, fuck that. That bell hurt. Done dot on deck, man. Garcia was too strong. Absolutely, he was too strong. But I think Chris Colbert was mentally weak though. So you combine the mental strength of Garcia along with his physical ability. The combination worked out in the way he delegated his offensive strategy. It worked out just fine, man. Chris Colbert was overwhelmed. He wasn't properly prepared. And he got his ass beat. I'm thinking with all those punches that was coming his way, he probably was seeing little spots and shit pop up. The same color of what was on his trunk. He saw blue, red, yellow, green. All that shit was just popping up in his head. Ouch, 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 ouch. All he saw is the little beaming lights pop up in his head when he was getting punched. You know what I'm saying? Then, he was sweating in there. So that dye, he probably seen some blue dye drip down in his face and his eyeballs and shit. He was complaining to his corner. Hey, I can't see, man. I'm seeing blue. Yeah, motherfucker, move your head. He punched you in the motherfucking face. You think I can still, they'll respect me to do OnlyFans after this, bro? Because I don't plan on staying in boxing that long, man. I'm not in it for the belts. I'm in it for the money and the legacy. Okay, good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that, Chris. Shakur would knock Colbert out. Man, I wish he would get a fight with Chris. Shakur, because right now I don't even think they'll ever meet. I don't think they'll ever meet. Just think about it. Do you see Chris moving up to 135 anytime soon? Like, it's not impossible for him to get a belt somehow. It's all about what his people are thinking. It's not impossible for him to get a championship at 130. I truly believe Colbert will get that shot because it's boxing. You have so many freaking belts laying around. It's all about who you attach with. What's your name? Chris Colbert still has a name. He faced one loss, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? He faced one loss, and that's it. He still has a name. They're gonna bring him back. He probably gonna get a soft touch or whatever, put him back in the green, and then they're gonna try to get him back in the title contention, man. And it's gonna be one of them bullshit ass titles just to say he was a world champ. And like Chris said, he don't plan on staying in boxing long. So I don't know what he planned on doing. He ever made any money really. For him to just sit back on that monetary cushion and kick his feet up, there's no way. Boxing Learning, what's good? He said he took his heart, underscore. Chris might have came in with a portion of that to begin with there, Learner. He might have had a portion of that. The rest was somewhere locked in the freaking room somewhere in a box. When he was having his alone time, Chris was over there like, shit, I just don't know if I can do it. My training camp was fucked up. I just want to sit back and eat a box of tricks. He didn't take this shit serious. Daughter said Chris Colbert said he didn't even watch tape. It was over for Chris before it began. He underestimated Hector Garcia, former Olympian. Man, talk your shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. Educated boxing astutes. How are you not gonna look at film like you like that? Like, come on, Chris. You talking like you like that, dog. Like you built like that. That's crazy, bro. You gonna underestimate a motherfucking Olympian? Like, come on. What told you that Hector Garcia was soft? He was easy. He was food. And shout out to my man, Ohio Runs Boxing in the house. What's good with you, Marcus? What's good, man? People still waiting on you to start a channel up, man. They want you to goddamn start the channel up there, Marcus. For real. Tariq Ali on deck, man. It's been a minute since I seen you, bro. Nice to see you back in the dang avenue, man. The World Combat Sports Avenue. I appreciate you. Appreciate you pulling up there. Ohio Run Boxing. Shout out to the Ohio boxers over there, man. Andrew said, quick story. One day my dad is whooping ass and I've had enough. So I knocked him on his ass. My neighbor happened to look right. Happens to look right when that happened and call the cops on me. And I go to jail. I digress though. I can't believe me and you have similar situations, but mine happened after graduation there, Andrew. So who am I to judge you? Who am I to judge you? I got to show, I want to show respect to my pops though. Man, he's not living, you know what I'm saying? But, my situation was, my pops thought he was going to bring me home early from graduation because he was always telling me I'd be glad when y'all kids get out of the house. And I thought they had some like a surprise party or something, right? I'm like, why is he bringing me home early? I walked up in the house. Nobody's at home. I'm like, what the I'm done with school. I'm graduated. I said, what's going on? He said, oh, you graduate now. You need to get out there and look for a job. I said, you brought me home for this? I wasn't even finished saying bye to my high school friends and shit. Man, we had a situation. Me and Pops had a situation right then. You know what I'm saying? We really did. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I could have been in a whole nother situation in the system. For real. But me and Pops had a situation. I couldn't believe he brought me home after graduation. And I'm thinking he had a time to meet because of something. But he brought me home to just me and him. I'm like, what the fuck? It was so weird. I said, why you do that? Why you bring me home? And now you can go look for a job. I said, what? But see, to him, he didn't even know I'd already signed up for the military. And the recruiters just waiting for me to graduate. So when I went up there, I took the bus all the way up to the recruiting station, let them know I graduated, right? And they say, so when you want us to call your parents because you need them to sign a waiver. I said, whenever. You know what I'm saying? Whenever, next week. Let's go. So all that time, I'm pissed. I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? My pops know what happened. He ain't talking about it. I don't know if he told mom ever. You know, because I talked to her about it periodically. She act like she don't know. But yeah, man, him had a serious situation. He found out that day I was a grown fucking man. So I know where you coming at, Andrew. I know where we coming at. But when that recruiter called, I heard him say, what? Who authorized him to do that? So at that time, I'm already in there talking to mom. I'm saying, Mom, if he come in here, I'm letting off for real. He came in there. Who told you? I was waiting on him to have that belt with him. He said, who told you you signed up for the military? I said, you told me to get a job, right? I already had that lined up. I spoke to the recruiters and I was already lined up. I didn't tell you because pretty much I wanted it to be a surprise. But when he brought me home and he didn't have shit planned for me, I said, what the fuck is this about? Like, what's going on? Damn, dude. Like, I'm 17 years old, man. I have a lot of time before I turn 18, bro. That's how young I was. I had several freaking months before I turned 18. So when he came in there and said, who told me? I said, you told me to get a job. I said, when the recruiter coming over here? He need us to sign some papers. I said, all right, sign the papers. 2 weeks I was gone. Don Dollar said he got to look at himself and his team. Ali said, underdog and underground and an underground platform. Man, I look at it like, Chris Colbert got what he got. Karma's a motherfucker. He was just running his mouth reckless. He said he would have stopped Jamel Herring early. And Shakur, he called him a sucker. So Shakur was like, damn. Where's my I did have the I did screenshot the tweets that Shakur Stevenson, but I deleted them because I ended up not being able to do the live. Damn. I should have kept him up there, but yeah, man, that's crazy, man. His career is not over. It's close to it. Because when you get a person to saying they're not dedicated, truly dedicated in training, how do they expect to grow off of this loss? Like, so you one of those reactive type of fighters where you get your ass beat and now all of a sudden you say, you know what? I need to do this. It's almost like an enlistment in the military. I need to do this for another 3 to 4 years. So I need to dedicate myself for another 4 years and make some money. If he has that type of mentality, it's never going to be something that fulfills his appetite and his desire, because his appetite isn't to go in there and be the best he could be. His appetite is to pick up a check and to get the nice car and get the nice place to stay. Everybody can't be a Haney. Everybody can't be a Haney. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't get paid a certain way before they get all the way to the top. What I mean by the top, I'm talking about Haney's been getting good money. Colbert ain't touched the M yet. Mitch say Colbert's silly ass had a corner full of Latinos, probably secretly rooting against him. Listen, man, when I don't know what's up with the brothers who not look, this is where the confusion sets in me. Like you have so many black fighters that chooses to wear the attire of the Mexican colors, which you can wear what you want. It just demonstrates that as black individuals who are competing in sports seem to gravitate more towards somebody else's country who's going to show support. Supposedly, it's mesmerizing to me, right? It's mesmerizing because they're acutely delusional to believe that a country that you wasn't born and raised, just because you wear their colors, they're gonna automatically say, let's root for that brother. This is another one. It's not the first time a brother wore Mexican colors or had Mexicans in his corner. So for him, for whatever reason, I remember they did a special on Chris and the coach that he showed loyalty to and all this other shit. I get it, but obviously you have to understand Mexicans root for their own. Latinos root for their own, man. I'm not saying they biased, and if they train a black fighter and he's fighting a Mexican, they going for the Mexican fight. I'm not saying that, but they have an understanding on where they came from, and they never let anyone believe that they forgot that shit. No, they always stick together. They have that common bond, man. They know. I never look. This is how crazy it was for me coming out the city. When I actually seen, I thought if you speak Espanol, you were Spanish. I mean, okay, you Spanish, y'all Spanish. No, no. I seen these Latinos throw down. Mexicans fighting Puerto Ricans fighting Mexicans, Dominicans. Man, everybody was fighting. Like, fuck you. Puto. My God. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They talk about black on black, but I'm like, why are y'all fighting? Like, what is this about? Oh, he's trying to claim he Mexicano. He wasn't born in Mexico. He was born over here. His parents was born in. So if his parents was born in Mexico, why can't he be Mexican? He's Mexican American. It's different. I was born in Mexico. I wear the colors. They was invigorated. I was born in Mexico. I got it the hard way. He was born in America. His family had already broken their back and brought him a good living. I was over there struggling. I said, oh, I get it. Okay. I really didn't get it until I was stationed in California and seeing all those Mexicans over there in the fields picking strawberries. This is no freaking shame on them, man. I used to see the pesticide. I said this on my live before. I seen the pesticide truck spraying the fruit while they was out there picking strawberries. I said, what the fuck? Like they had on some type of mask, but I'm like, they gotta have health problems. Like these Mexicans would be staying in a house like 10 to 15 in a house, man. And they would just sleep there, get up in the morning, go to work. Some, depending on who who you with, they do landscaping over there. They build it up for years and years in their own, all you have to do for landscaping is get some cars, get your vehicle, get your equipment, and you get clientele. Once you get the clientele, I seen a guy do my yard with his kids, and their kids grow up, graduate from high school, and they start coming there doing the yard while their pops was out there doing something else. If that ain't goddamn generational wealth, man, like I used to see them come over there and just sweep the driveway and learn how to use an edger. To them coming over there in their own truck with their own equipment doing the fucking yard. I was like, unbelievable, man. Colbert silly ass had a corner for Latino. What crazy is Colbert was in the best shape I've seen him since the pandemic started, but that wasn't enough. Being in good shape, back then, you when you're young, you can be in shape like that. That doesn't mean you conditioned. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you conditioned. Like you can be in good shape, you can have low body fat, have muscle definition, but that doesn't mean you in conditioned shape, like boxing shape. Like you can be shredded, but yeah, you can't even go on a run without huffing and puffing a mile and a half because all you've been doing is anaerobic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in there in a boxing game doing aerobic and anaerobic. The game has changed, man. These boxers are on some other shit. Workout wise. This guy has OnlyFans on the front of his freaking shit. Tariq Ali says salute 300 and $150. Yeah, salute to the team, man. I didn't even know if that was you, man. For real. Salute to Tariq. Salute to you, big dog. I didn't even know. I said, I think that's him. I don't know. Usually when Williams jump in the building, they say something. Man, shout out to Tariq, the OG in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up, big dog. You know what it is. They don't know about that, man. They don't know what it is for family. They don't know how family roll. But anyway, man, shout out to Team Williams, bro. I have to pay homage, man, when a team member come on deck, man. And Tariq been with them for a long time. You know what I'm saying? There are many like us, folk, only have two ways out the streets of boxing. Yeah. And I will look at it like this, Tariq. If indeed you have minimal options to get off that roadway, and making the sport of boxing, because we already know boxing, it doesn't have a list of prerequisites that they demand of you to lace up and enter the sport. It pretty much is an open turnstile, right? But for Chris Colbert to be in Brooklyn, a Brooklyn, fighter, and to not have the mentality to say, you know what, I have somewhat of a fan base. I have people who pretty much consider me, a favorite fighter on the come up, a prospect, so to speak. Why don't he have the mentality to go above and beyond, in the training aspect of things, to distance himself from where he came from? There might be a lack of heart. There might be entitlement. That might just be his ego. But if you are trying to separate yourself from where you came from, and you hear people get it out the mud and shit like that, like Gervonta, for instance. I remember Gervonta having a conversation with an opponent, and his opponent, I'm not gonna mention the name, his sparring partner. So I got it out the mud, and Gervonta is like, "What you saying though? You don't act like, come on, bro. You telling me that? I know what the mud tastes like. I know what it is. I'm from B-More." He's like, no, it's just the way, your people saying I ain't this, that, and the other. He said, well, you talk to them. Don't talk to me and say you got it out the mud, because anybody who knows I got that shit out the mud and B-More. But Chris Colbert don't have that mentality, bro. One thing I can say about Tank is slowly but surely making weight and being professional, staying his ass out of trouble. Because for a minute there, he looked real loose out there. You know what I'm saying? But he's been able to put on performances. Man, he's a fan favorite. People like him because of his power. And even though he went the distance with Esau Cruz, last minute replacement, listen, it's nothing like this. Real talk. It's nothing like I forgot his name. That was down there at flyweight. Bam Martinez, I believe it was. These last minute replacements stepping up and getting the win. Same shit here with Chris Colbert. If you knew you was getting a last minute replacement and you're telling people you didn't look at film, a part of me saying I don't believe you, bro. You had to look at film. You know why? Because you have people that's around you saying, hey, this guy has Olympian pedigree, and also he's tough. You need to look him up. I don't believe he didn't freaking look at film. I don't believe that. I think he looked at film And Chris probably wasn't even really paying attention. He said, man, I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't worried about he ain't better than me. He ain't better than me. He ain't better than me. Look at him. He was critiquing the dude on tape and everything. Oh, look at this, what he did. Look at that. And then when he got in there, motherfucker was different. I surely, truly believed he looked at tape. He sure enough did. He looked at tape, bro. And he didn't see nothing special with Garcia. But look, check this out. Garcia stepped up to the level of his competition. This was his time to shine for a title. So Garcia was hungry. He wanted it more than Chris Colbert, and he got the job done. That's all that was. They was probably speaking in Espanol in the corner, you know, when they walk out. He said, look at that funny looking guy. He looks like a clown. Hit him in his la cabeza. Make him pay. Make him hurt. For real, man. They probably told that dude, like, man, get this guy up out of here. Incredible. I just never was sold on Chris Colbert. That's all I'm saying. I was never sold on Chris Colbert, bro. So let me ask y'all this, man. What do y'all think about the Josh Taylor situation? You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall. You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor is on record as saying he will offer Jack Catterall a rematch at 147 with no belts. What are you talking about? If it was tough for you to make weight and somehow you feel that it's going to be tough for you to defend those titles, vacate, because it's a lot of killers waiting, you know, or give somebody a chance. You know what I'm saying? Give Teofimo a chance. Give Gary Antoine Russell a chance. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say give Regis a chance, but why not? You know, you had a pick. You had a pick of the of those top tier names at 140 to make another big paycheck. I'm pretty sure you and Teofimo Lopez can do big numbers. The way you look against Catterall is the same way people looking at Teofimo right now coming off the Kambosos loss. But Teo wasn't gifted the decision. You know what I'm saying? He lost. You lost too, but on record, they gave you the fight. You was gifted. And you want to take it? You want to take your services all the way at the 47? You go up there and face Bud Crawford, he will stop you, bro. You'll be lucky number 7. I want Spence to be, but goddamn it, Josh Taylor, you'll be lucky number 7, bro. You take your ass up there, vacate those belts, and say, I want an immediate WBO shot at Terrence Crawford. You would get stopped. I really hope that he vacate the belts because it's a lot of cats that I know at 140 that I want to see be world champions. I do. I hope he vacate all those belts, man, and open up the door for cats like, you know, Gary Antoine Russell, Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? All those dudes at 140, even Regis Prograis, Ruga Ru. I want to see him be able to get another belt again. I'm just, you know, like I told people before, I'm not sure why Regis haven't been able to step in line again for Josh Taylor. Why isn't his name being out there? Like, Josh Taylor is like, oh, well, you don't deserve no rematch and shit like that. Josh lost. Absolutely. No, half his family is Latino. Half of whose family? Colbert. I mean, if that's indeed true, you know, part of my family is Latino too. That's what Joshua Gut sleeping on Ruiz. That's what he get for sleeping on Ruiz. That's what Joshua gets sleeping. Oh, you talking about Anthony Joshua? Yeah. But see, Anthony Joshua, like I always criticize Anthony Joshua being overrated, man. This was back in 2018. I said he was overrated and people's kicking me out of Facebook groups. I said, man, he's just overrated. He just don't have the heart. Like Eddie Hearn has raised him good. And just because he went in there and beat the likes of Dillian Whyte, you know what I'm saying, and Dominique Brazil, Alexander Povetkin. You just look at the type of fighter they was. Yeah, I kind of wave my head back and forth and say, yeah, he did get those victories, blah, blah, blah. But then he gets in there against Andy Ruiz, who he was able to drop. They thought his uppercut was the damn end all be all, right? Andy Ruiz got his ass up because heading into that fight, people believe, include myself, that he won against Joseph Parker. So when he went against Anthony Joshua, I was like, oh shit, he get dropped. Okay, let's see if he gets up. Let's see what happened. And then he commenced the goddamn putting the motherfucking pause on Joshua. He made him quit. Joshua, spit out his gum shield and he quit. He gave up. Joshua motherfucking quit. And it's amazing how he got his ass beat by Usyk. And then when people sit up here and mention Deontay Wilder facing Anthony Joshua, you still hear the bias, dog. Nah, fuck that. We don't want to hear Joshua. He got it. What do you think? I mean, Wilder, he's this, that, and the other. What do you think happened to Joshua? Joshua quit. In both of Deontay Wilder's losses, he never quit. He never quit. It's just the last one, the trilogy, he went out on his shield. No one can say Deontay didn't show heart. First of all, why? Because the dude went through arbitration and jumped back in there with the man who had stopped him in the 7th round in a rematch. So how the fuck are you going to tell me the man don't have heart? These UK cats, not all of them, they get on here and they talk about, oh, you know what Tyson Fury did to Deontay. Well, guess what? Tyson Fury was supposed to be the top 2 heavyweight along with Deontay Wilder. He gave Tyson Fury the shot. They had a draw. That was a telltale sign that, Tyson Fury is much better than certain people assumed he wasn't. And then when he took his time after that, to come back for an immediate rematch, when he finally went in there, both suffered knockdowns. There was a lot of controversy to the fight, but ultimately, his corner threw in the towel. So you had so much scandal that was immersed, encompassing that rematch, that when the pandemic hit and Bob Arum up here talking about the rematch, the contract has expired and shit like that. Come on. One thing about the expiration of a fight, they always put something like an active guard and this, that was the COVID. So how are you going to sit up here, the shit expired and we're not going to have a fight? He's not going to be able to goddamn try to get his belt back. So we finally got it. And we all know the results, man. You know what I'm saying? But when people mention Joshua Deontay Wilder, hell yeah, we want to see that fight. Both of these guys have 2 losses, right? But somehow, some way, Deontay doesn't get the benefit to face another fighter to get 2 losses. Seriously. Like you would rather him fight Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, who was knocked out by Anthony Joshua and was also knocked out by Alexander Povetkin. But it's okay for Deontay Wilder to be put in the same conversation to face Dillian Whyte. But when it comes to Anthony Joshua, they still want to protect him. And then they be looking at themselves in the mirror trying to compare abdominal regions and shit. I'm getting there. You're my inspiration, Joshua. Man, come on, stop it. Andrew Charles said, I read a great comment earlier. If you lose the last 4 rounds on 2 of the judges' scorecards, maybe you shouldn't complain about a robbery. Right? You're right about that. Dundada says Cepeda, Ramirez, Perello are the front runners for title opportunities. I wouldn't think. I look at it like this. Why wouldn't Gary Antoine Russell be front runner? Why wouldn't Regis Prograis be a front runner? He's been a former world champion already. Ramirez has been a former world champion already. You know what I'm saying? At 40. Why wouldn't, other names be there? Gary Antoine Russell's looking for his shot. He just went there and stopped Victor Postile. So, I mean, it's a lot of names up there, especially Regis Prograis. Why wouldn't he be a front runner? He has to be a front runner. It makes sense. Andrew Charles say Rules sending AJ back across the pond is still the biggest spectacle of this era. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, bro. It is. Because once again, Anthony Joshua came over here thinking it was going to be sweet. Jarrell Miller disrespected him like no other. You know what I'm saying? And you know how at one point in time I was like, damn, Joshua didn't lose his cool. But you can tell he was a bit delirious because he actually gave Eddie Hearn. He tried to give Eddie Hearn his belts. Hey, Eddie, hold my belts. Eddie's like, no, that's Bullocks. That's Bullocks. I don't hold your belts. Give the belts to somebody else. Cause Jarrell Miller pushed him. You know, come on, man. You drop him right there. That's just like Jamal Charlo putting down his drink. You make him wear it. You should have made Jerry Hurd wear that drink. He want to give Eddie Hearns, try to give Eddie Hearns a belt. Eddie said, I'm not holding no belts. What are you out your mind? So Jarrell was talking about his mom and all that, and then he had like 15 different pairs in his system. Oh my God. And then the last minute replacement come in, and Andy Ruiz, man, wasn't he the perfect storm though? God damn. He was much shorter than Joshua. People really didn't give him a chance. They thought, oh, Joshua gonna knock him out. You know what I'm saying? They just thought, man, whoever went out there and did the recon and picked Andy Ruiz fucked up royally. They should have been put on probation for fucking up like that. Because whoever went out here and searched for Anthony Joshua's last minute replacement fucked up royally. Well, they got it right in the rematch, didn't they? Woo, they got that shit right. They was like, hey, Andy, you know you got a rematch coming up in Saudi. Are you eating right? I want you to go out with us so we can have a little talk. I want you to put on about, I said about 80 to 100. That okay with you? I want you to come in there nice and soft. Because we, you know, like we said before, you know the conversation we had behind it? Yeah, Joshua's going to regain the titles. Okay. They had that talk with Andy Ruiz. They said, we want you to act like you was absolutely mesmerized and overwhelmed with all the money you made. And you just let it go to your stomach. And you ate everything that you seen. And you come back into the fight. See, the one thing about it, the heavyweight division, you can come and do some shit like that. They always have huge gaps in between fighters when they step on the scale. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So Andy Ruiz came over there fat and happy. You know, looking like Michelin Man 5.6. This dude was heavy around the waist. Didn't give us no mobility like he did the first time. Didn't look dangerous. None of that shit, bro. And Joshua fought a boring ass fight and got his belts back. It was a farce. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was a farce, y'all. Real talk. That shit was absolutely a farce, man. But anyway, back to Josh Taylor, man. He pretty much got a gift. And then you have Canelo Alvarez versus Demetrius Bivol, possible for the buy on May 7th. People are not going to talk about this fight too much because they have no connection. It doesn't matter if you follow boxing or not. You have really like no connection to Bivol. Bivol is this silent, lone wolf that, you know, has a belt right now. And they really don't know how he's going to look in there against Canelo Alvarez. Because Canelo's been going in here getting the job done so easily. It's almost like him fighting another Triple G. Like people know Triple G more from fighting Canelo. So the only shine that Bivol is gonna get is this fight right here. So we don't know how it's gonna look. We don't know if Bivol might just be playing us for a fiddle and go in there and really give Canelo that work. You never know. But it's not the fight I wanted. I really wanted to see Charlo Canelo. I want to see Charlo get a step up fight. You know what I'm saying? I really did. See, Eddie Hearns is up here talking about Joshua versus Usyk 2 still on for May or June. Right? So if it's on for May, we're looking at about an 8-week training camp. But if he's over there on the front lines now, how are you going to make that shit for May or June? How long is he going to stay over there on the front lines? It's millions on it's millions on the line for Alexander Usyk. Millions. It's millions on the line for that. So we'll see him. We'll see how long it takes him to get back over here. Because it's a lot on the line for that shit. Real talk. Wilder and AJ journeys have come together. It's a huge fight. Belts and no belts. Absolutely it is. People need to start respecting this, that, man. Absolutely it is. You know what I'm saying? That's a good fight, man. Tariq say Joshua versus Baum or Big Baby if he stopped tripping on his training regime. Man, I don't know how Jarrell Miller is going to look now that he's in the line. He's on the microscope for the wrong reason. I mean, I don't know how he's going to perform because I couldn't understand. Like, I couldn't understand, right, how somebody that big, like Jarrell's a big dude, how he can be continuing to throw punches and punches and punches and punches as the fight went on. And it makes all the sense now. He was dirty. So, I don't know, man. Jarrell is not that power puncher. I think Deontay Wilder finished him in 6 or 7 rounds for real, because off the pads, he's not going to be able to have that back end energy like he used to. So I think he gets knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Dillian Whytes, just like the Dominique Brazils. You know what I'm saying? It gets stopped. Just like the Alexander Povetkin's. I want to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, period. Big Baby, why put in a training camp without him getting a fight, maybe about 2 fights, and him testing clean on the A and B sample? You know what I'm saying? First, we got to see if he can test clean on the A and B sample of 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? Because, with Jarrell Miller, he may be so undisciplined at the table that he really used that shit so he can go in the gym and train a little bit harder, knowing that he was goddamn eating and he was enjoying the good life. He may not have that damn mental discipline, dog, to put the fork down. Weeze beat the brakes off some big ass Russian just a few weeks before the AJ fight. Yeah, I forgot who that dude was, but it was nobody important. I mean, look at Weeze, how he looked against Chris Arreola. I was like, what? Those days of you fighting Anthony Joshua, Jesus Christ, man. That performance has long left your body. I guess the lesson is, if you're going to cherry pick, at least do a little research. Man, you ain't never lied, dog. Look, that's why they call it cherry picking. That's why you call it cherry picking. You're looking for the ones that's not rotten and shit like that. You need to carefully select those cherries, bro. Cherry picking, it's a strategy to that shit. I'm cool with Bivo. That don't bother me at all. I will not accept Triple G3. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they won't accept it, but it's coming. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. Canelo gonna get 3 more fights in this year. I would prefer one of them not to be Triple G, but I think it's set in stone. Yeah, man, because Triple G's been a good little boy. He's been sitting over there nice and patient with that IBF title. Been all nice and still, showing respect. I don't know what the fuck he doing. I know he's not having conversations with Abel Sanchez about the old days. Hey, I don't want to talk to you. You got to fire me when you got the big pay, the pay raise and shit. No, man, I don't respect that. You know how much I did for you, Gennady? I did everything. I got you where you supposed. They had one of them movie, you know what I'm saying? Them Raging Bull type of goddamn conversations for real. Hell no, Tariq. Hell no, I don't want to see no Canelo versus Spence. Hell to the no. I believe Canelo will stop Spence, man. And look, check this out, Tariq. You know Canelo's not coming to 54. He'll be too weight drained. Spence don't have no damn say so in that. 60 might be the limit for Errol Spence to move up 2 divisions, just like Kell Brook did. He's gonna get a bean like Kell Brook did. It's gonna be deja vu there, Tariq. He move up 2 divisions. It's gonna be Kell Brook deja vu, dog. Real talk. Spence, you think he had an eye injury before? Canelo is gonna beat this guy, especially if he have to cut weight to come back down to 60 for Spence. There's no way that anyone can think he's coming to 54 for Spence just to make the fight. Spence ain't doing, shit like that. Canelo's getting pretty much what he wants. I don't know who that is. It's a possibility. I don't know who that is. You must be driving. It looks like you got, spell correction, spell check or whatever. Canelo basically said Ryan Garcia is full of shit, and I damn sure believe him. Man, Ryan Garcia, man. I'm so tired of that guy. I tell people that he's not going to be in the sport that long. He should just go over there and place his emphasis in Hollywood. For real. Because when he loses over here, he's going to lose bad, man. I know they trying to plan him. They was trying to say he was going to be the one to come back and face Cambozo. And I was saying to myself, it wouldn't be fair to the fighters if Ryan Garcia was able to jump the line. It wouldn't be fair, bro. It wouldn't be fair if he was able to jump the line. It wouldn't be fair. Yeah, Big Baby was stripping with Shannon Briggs. Man, I have to give one thing I know about meeting fighters in person is the fact when I met Jarrell Miller in Newark, when Shakur Stevens was fighting, I forgot who he was fighting on that card. When I met him, and he told me straight up, man. He say, "Look, I ain't perfect. I fucked up. I know a whole lot of other people that was doing what I was doing, but I didn't drop the dime on them." But he admitted he fucked up. And at the time, somebody had put a damn a carton where they had some fries and shit with all the ketchup. Somehow, when Jarrell Miller takes up so much space, somehow I made a sidestep and I stepped in it, and it was on a pair of my Jordans. So people's like, "Dude, did you see your pants leg in your Jordan?" I said, "Yeah, man, it ain't nothing but shoes, dog. And these are not my best Jordans. These are just on the road, travel, get around. So I'm gonna wipe this shit off when I get back. I'm gonna wipe it off before I leave here, and then I'm gonna be good." I said, but my main thing I wanted to talk to Jarrell Miller about, man, that's small. That's just a pair of jeans and Jordans, man. We good. I can rinse this shit off at the hotel, thoroughly. But, I always look at Jarrell Miller in that light, man. He told me straight up, the first time I ever interviewed him, he said, "I fucked up, bro. I ain't perfect. I fucked up." And just think about this. Jarrell Miller lost millions, bro. Millions. Jarrell Miller lost millions. Millions, bro. Where was he getting his money from? Like, was he on a deferred payment plan? God damn. That Joshua fight was huge for Jarrell Miller. One thing Canelo learned after losing to Money: make sure you bring your A game against the brothers in that division. Well, you know, somebody need to tell Danny Jacobs when to bring his A game. You know what I'm saying? Because Danny Jacobs had the A game he should have brought against Gennady, which would have catapulted his career if he got the win. And people could say who they think won that fight is who on paper. And then we had the opportunity with Canelo Alvarez. It was his opportunity to change levels and put a second loss on Canelo's record. He wasn't able to do it. Ron did stop Luke. Luke was catching Loma with some shit in the early rounds. The performance that Luke Campbell put in against Lomachenko is way different than the performance he had against Ryan Garcia. You know damn well, Andrew. You know he could have stopped Ryan Garcia. Just think about it. This is a guy who was dropped by Lomachenko and finished the fight and made it to the final bell. But when Ryan Garcia made it back to his feet and the referee called action, he just backed up into the garage. He just backed up into the garage. Okay, Ryan, I just made it easy for you. Come get me. Come on, man. It's just like you see those commercials they making about the guy with the chainsaw. They say, why don't we just get in the running car? No, why would we do that? Let's go hide up in the garage. Oh my God, man. That's what that's what Luke Campbell did. Luke Campbell just backed up against the ropes and said, come on, Ryan. Come on, Ryan. I already got the orders. This is when you stop me. With a body shot. Seriously. Lomachenko dropped you with a body shot too, bro. And you got up. You an Olympian there, Luke Campbell. Man, get out of here. Eddie knew he was going to give AJ the business, so he looked for a rollout move on Baby. That was going to be a tough fight for Anthony Joshua, especially if Jarrell Miller was on pads. You know, I knew some shit was going to change. And you know what? I think Joshua still would have beat. I mean, not Joshua. I think Jarrell Miller would have put in the same results as Andy Ruiz on that. Why? Because look, I don't know if y'all heard this. Hold on for a second. I'll tell you when I get back. All right, back to Jarrell Miller, right? So I truly believe that the results would have been similar to Andy Ruiz. I'm not saying the performance, but the results. I believe Jarrell Miller at that point in time would have did the same thing. Why? This is why. Because when Joshua was on his way to the U.S., I believe that he was coming down. He was getting off the juice. Real talk. He was getting off the juice because he wanted to make his debut. Because they had bulked him up and they had him, created him into this Adonis and built up all the muscle with no cardio and shit. They just try to build him into this icon, so to speak, without the talent. Yeah, he had the Olympic experience, but we can do film study and we can go back, right? And that may be a future live. I gotta wait till he fight because nobody giving a damn and looking for Joshua right now. You know what I'm saying? So we can look at that fight he had in the gold medal round in the London Olympics, and you tell me if he won, and tell me if his opponent was a soft touch. You know, do a little research on his opponent. He was that dude, and they gifted Anthony Joshua with a gold medal round win, and that's pretty much the story of his career. So he ended up meeting his demise when he came over here to the U.S., got off the juice because he had to be fucking clean. That's when they was procrastinating everything to come over here. And they thought, you know, hey, he can still get it done. You know what I'm saying? Because over there he had, you know, over across the pond, he had the referee, you know, looking out for him. And, you know, look at the Joseph Parker fight. The referee was intervening every time they even had any type of close exchanges. Make sure he broke it up. You know what I'm saying? The Carlos Takam fight, the ref tried to stop the fight early, any which way possible. I mean, everything was just catered to Joshua keeping his titles. But when he came over here, he had to be clean. He had to get off everything. And, you know, that's why he looked the way he did. He quit. He said, shit, I'll just take this L and go back across the pond and get right. So when they went over and fought in Saudi Arabia with Joshua, he looked like shit. But so did Andy Ruiz. Because Andy knew his rematch clause, right? So Andy was able to get paid real good the first time around and very good at coming in as a champion in the rematch. So, man, come on. He came in fat, lost the fight, and it is what it is. He's still over there chilling off the money he made from Joshua. That money went a long ways where he at. I think some of his family's in California, though, if I'm not mistaken. Or Mexico. Some, you know, they're in both places, I think. Miller might have won, but then he would have been stripped out this piss and melted the cup post-fight. Shit, look, check this out. Man, you ain't never lied. His shit would have goddamn burned out the bottom of that motherfucker, dog. They would have said, this is gonorrhea and chlamydia. This is a different strand of STD, I tell ya. This is a different strand. What the fuck, Jarrell? What the fuck is this? I don't know, man. It's like a cocktail of like 15 and 20 motherfucker. I don't know. I just say, hey, palm up. They give me the shit. I dump it. Chase it with some goddamn Patron. Goddamn Jarrell Miller. Shit. I ain't seen too many of Miller's fights, but in my current hindsight, my impression is that he might have dogged AJ. I think he would have, man, because if he was able to fight AJ on juice, I think he would have gave him the work. Just like Andy Ruiz. I think he would have gave him the work, but he couldn't come off all the shit he was on. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't come off all the shit. And you think Eddie Hearns is going to allow Joshua to come to the States and not piss him? Only if they felt that they can get away with it. Eddie Hearn played it smart. He wanted Joshua to be clean. That's why he was procrastinating to come over here to make sure he tests clean. So when he was coming over here, they already knew that Jarrell would probably pop dirty. Eddie knew that shit. Eddie knew that Jarrell Miller would probably pop dirty. And he sure enough did. Ruiz beat the game. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But shit, y'all. Man, I've been commenting, and these guys are tripping, man. Everything boxing did, he did a live shout to Keon. He did a video on Errol Spence, you know, just a video clipping that they put out, and he was saying that Errol Spence looked good and all that. I was like, man, that's a video. That is a created video. It's not showing Errol Spence in real time, raw footage doing anything. It's just a somewhat of a short movie clip, a promo clip. So I just been commenting in the comment section of the video, and these guys are just going crazy. It's not as crazy as it should be, but listen, I may support Bud Crawford, but no one will never hear me say I want him to fight the easy fights. I never said it with Deontay, never said it with Teo, never said it with Bud. The thing that fucked them up was that I was supporting Teofimo heavy, so they couldn't use the race card. They just say, oh, Deontay, I caught slack for Deontay. He couldn't fight this, that, and the other. Teo. They didn't know what to do with that until he lost. They kept quiet. Now, Terrence Crawford is still undefeated, and he has 6 stoppages at welterweight. It's just hard for me to fathom. Like, every fighter that I rock with heavy, I got an interview with. And y'all can go past the message. I want to see all these guys are saying, okay, let's go to the fight in Texas. Go to the fight. Been there, done that. I want you to get an interview with Spence. If y'all can't get an interview with this fighter that you all are severing relationships for, that you all are reaching deep down into your personal catalog of emotions, right? Just because somebody is saying this and that about Errol, when y'all go to that fight, if you all so desire, I want to see one of y'all get an interview. If all y'all come back to YouTube without a one-on-one, you need to shut the fuck up and just face it. Errol don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all need to get an interview with Errol Spence, because all the fighters I support heavy, I got an interview with. T.O., Crawford, Deontay. I've interviewed them. Michael Williams Jr. I've interviewed them. I did. I've interviewed them. I want to see y'all go over there and get an interview with Errol Spence, man. All you Texas cats that's up here saying you're going to go to the fight with Ugas and y'all going to link up and Wonder Twins activate. Why? I want to see y'all get a one-on-one with Spence. Y'all going to find out real quick in a hurry that y'all want to come over here on Team Bud Crawford, because I want to see at least one of y'all get a one-on-one interview with him. Have him shout you out. Come on, man. Don't let ES News just get all the shine over there now. Because when it comes to media, they give him the green light over at PBC. I want to see one of you brothers, as my boy Showtime say, the brothers. I want to see the brothers get the interview with the other brother, Errol Spence. Please do that for me. I heard he dropped a music video today. Hey, if Errol Spence drops a music video, kudos to him. I'm not even really, entirely focused on what he's doing like that. People like him because they can attach him to the culture. Cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But to basically insinuate that it's personal with me and all that. No, I just don't support him like that. Why is it so difficult for me to support another brother and you support that brother? Why are friendships being freaking severed over a fighter that you haven't broke bread with yet, dog? You know how many people said some negative shit about Deontay? I was like, dude, I just can't understand, like, why are y'all severing relationships, friendships, social media relationships, all because difference of opinion of a fighter that you never can say that you broke bread with. You never say that you broke bread with this fighter. I never broke bread with Bud. I never been in the room when he was eating at the same time. I never been invited out to Omaha, Nebraska's fight camp. I just support them heavy. Just like they support Errol Spence, but they might sit up here and make all these cliche terminologies and throw verbal jabs and do jousting online. But I'm telling you, like, y'all are acting like there's some type of DNA strand that links y'all up together. No, sever the umbilical cord, understand we on social media, and that's as far as it goes. The nutrition that y'all getting out of this, man, is spoiled. Y'all acting like spoiled little brats when it come to aerospins. Like nobody else. You a hater. Like you have dudes clicking up together and joining forces like they want to commit a crime. All because you don't like Errol Spence as a boxer. We don't have no indication that he's going to make it to this fight with Ugas. It don't matter how many videos you put out. You know what I'm saying? Do it for your fans. That's all good. But we truly don't know if he's going to make it to the Ugas fight. If he does, we don't know if he's going to win. They just trying to basically sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's automatic. No one's out here saying it's automatic. They think that Errol Spence, because he's fighting in his backyard, is going to be the way it is. No, we might get the same result as Chris Colbert got with goddamn Hector Garcia, goddamn it. You know how Cubans get down. What if he have a Luis Ortiz moment in round 7 like he had, against Deontay Wilder, their first fight? What if Yordenis Ugas is able to put, Errol Spence in trouble like that, hurt him? What if he drops him just like Hector Garcia did to freaking Chris Colbert? What if he put him in some type of adversity where the fans are like oohing and ahhing for the wrong reasons? You know what I mean? Medal or gold, if both AJ and Baby signed the contract, then it was 100. I don't know, man. I just know that Eddie Hearns wasn't going to bring Joshua over here dirty. He didn't want that to tarnish Joshua's reputation because he was a cash cow. He's making a lot of money off Joshua. And these people sit up here. Somebody said today that he was $100 million dude. Stop it. Anthony Joshua was no $100 million fighter. Do you know that was rumor mill for him and Tyson Fury to fight for $100 million? That was just to basically entice you, the listeners. That's all. Wouldn't have Joshua made $100 million? How can he be $100 million fighter after quitting against Andy Ruiz? How? Did he make $100 million against Alexander Usyk? If not, why are y'all sitting up here capping? Do you know the percentage that Eddie Hearns get from Anthony Joshua purse? Do you know he have to pay taxes? You know what Young Jock said, right? He said, when I got my check, my $1 million check, I was a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Until I paid taxes. And I say, oh, it was good while it lasted. I'm not a millionaire no more. But y'all, it's been a pleasure, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. The Spence fans, you continue to do what you do. Stay motivated. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely, y'all need to stop getting personal over that comment section. You know how I get. I stayed in the goddamn reading department, but it ain't personal, man. Y'all need to understand. I'm just a supporter of the opposite, opponent that he may potentially face in the future that I believe is better than Errol Spence. Don't take it personal. But to the supporters, man, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Hey, follow me on IG, man. You know what I'm saying? Follow me, sub to the channel. I just finished. I have a little bit more editing to do, but yeah, I'll definitely be on here tomorrow. Salute to all y'all, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports.